What's up, guys? Welcome to Box Football. And I'm doing this in a while. We're going to bring back the old stuff right now, transfer talk. Now, we didn't do it because there were rumors going on, but we were busy. But when big news happens, we got to get on it. And a big one has just dropped. Gareth Bale is not rumored, he's on his way to Tottenham. And by the time this actually comes out, he will be a Tottenham player. So Gareth Bale has officially signed for Tottenham on loan from Real Madrid. Now, Jack, what do you think about this deal?
I think it's really weird, and you do need to. If I go off on one here, you do need to stop me. But a few things kind of hit me here. What we know, especially from the All or Nothing documentary, is that Daniel Levy is a real kind of money, and we all know this anyway from general football. But he likes to get a good deal. He likes to get his value for money. Looking at Tottenham's transfer wishes for this summer, there's a backup striker for Harry Kane. Obviously, they've lost and they're losing some key defenders here. Danny Rose has obviously gone off on loan, and Jan Vertonghen has now left this summer, so you'd think they might need some defensive support as well. But the main one was a backup striker for Kane. So to see somebody like Bale come in just seems a little odd because he's not really going to play a striker. He's probably Kane and Bale will, you'd imagine, be on the same pitch. Bale's certainly not coming in to be a backup to Harry Kane. So that was odd to me. It's a loan deal. I think including the loan fee and the percentage of wages that Spurs will be paying, it's £20 million. Now, some people might go, Gareth Bale for £20 million is brilliant. It's for 1 year. You don't own the player afterwards. You can't then sell him on or use him in other competitions or other such things. You still have to have that negotiation with Real Madrid. He's on huge wages. For me, the only way that this Bale deal is worth doing is if Tottenham make top four. It makes the decision to get Bale, his clear involvement in terms of goals, assists, ability to put the team on his back along with the other playmakers and high skill players that Tottenham do have, and sneak in that third or fourth position for Tottenham. Excluding that, I think financially, with coronavirus and the football finances we're in right now, it's a very strange deal to me. I love Bale back in the Premier League. It's almost my dream signing for what I'd want. Apart from Messi going to Man City, I'd say Bale back to Tottenham is the exact transfer that I would want to happen. I'm delighted about it. I'm puzzled by it, James, is what I'd say.
Do you know what it is? I remember a few months ago, we spoke about Gareth Bale and we said, who wants Gareth Bale? Like, let's be honest. We understand what he's done in his career, but he looks like he's fell out of love with football. He spoke openly about a move to China, breaking down last season. So by him mentioning, I'm thinking, does this guy really, really want to play football at the highest level anymore? Well, it shows that he wants to, and he wants to go someplace that he wants to be, that he's loved, and that is at Tottenham. Now, you mentioned the £20 million altogether.
Yeah.
Altogether for Gareth Bale. Now, if we get the 2013 Gareth Bale or any other Gareth Bale prior to these last few years, you got a bag on your hands. Now, let me tell you something right now. I look at this Tottenham team, and the one thing that they lack, to me, again, I can talk about the central up midfield, but the one thing that they lack is that bit of dynamism, that bit of quality. I know you get it in Harry Kane, but no other player can offer that. And you can get Gareth Bale at his absolute best. My days, the Premier League better be worried.
Go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to say this personally. You are going to have a front three of Gareth Bale, Heung-min Son, and Harry Kane. You can guarantee, if he can stay fit, 35 goals for Harry Kane. Heung-min Son's going to chip in with a good 10 to 15. If you can get Gareth Bale at his best, hitting 25 with 10, 15 assists, my days. Like, you talk about a front three to be scared of, the pace, the strength, the quality, the power. Like, I think it's a great move for Tottenham. If you can just get the best out of Gareth Bale, then we're looking at the Premier League better be worried. I'll say if we do get the best out of him, Tottenham will challenge for the Premier League.
It's just a lot of what ifs for me. I don't know when the last time Gareth Bale played consistent football matches. He's 31 now. He's usually not even in Real Madrid squads. Obviously, he's a very active member of the Wales team whenever they meet up, but he doesn't really play too much football. The Spanish league is not the same level of intensity as the Premier League. It's not far off, but it's not the same intensity. And he's coming back after years away, not really having the games under his belt. And like I said, for me, if I was the one deciding on whether Bale was to come back, for me, it's Champions League or bust. It's a failure for me as a transfer signing, not to do with Gareth Bale, but from Daniel Levy, Jose Mourinho, and the head of recruitment at Tottenham, who I'm already forgetting his name. It's a failure from them as a deal if Tottenham do not make the top four now. It, to me, is a waste of money. Steven Bergwijn should play more football, potentially in Gareth Bale's spot. You're saving your money, you're developing a player. Lucas Moura is still there. Eric Lamela is still there. I'm not saying these guys are the equivalent of Gareth Bale, but what I'm saying is, if you're Tottenham, would you rather finish 5th or 6th or 7th and develop these younger guys, Bergwijn I'm mainly talking about, or would you spend 20 mil to finish in the same position and have somebody like Steven Bergwijn not develop?
Jack, okay. I just need to ask you a quick question and I just want a yes or no, right?
Yeah.
Would you take Gareth Bale for 20 million? Don't think about where they're going to finish. Would you take Gareth Bale for 20 million for one season?
What, for this Tottenham team?
Yes. And I don't want no.
No. It's so the reason why I don't think you're going to finish top 4. If you're Tottenham, even if you get Bale. I think there are way too many teams that have improved too greatly for Tottenham with Jose Mourinho to string together. We're just about ticking time bomb time for Jose Mourinho.
Do you know what it is? Because my thing is that I do understand the financial side of it, but I also understand the football side of it. And the point of view for the Tottenham fans right now, I know a few Tottenham fans. They are buzzing off this deal. And not to create this type of uproar from the fans from all the badness that's happened for the past few years. For them to bring in a player like Gareth Bale, they're going to believe that something's going to happen, especially with a manager like Jose Mourinho there. If you're a Tottenham fan right now, you have to be excited. From the point of view of the financial side, that's not here or there for Tottenham fans. They care about having the best team possible, and Gareth Bale makes Tottenham better.
I think they should be a consideration for the future of the team, because 20 to 21 season, I get it. You got Gareth Bale. Maybe you have a shot at an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup. I still maintain I don't think Tottenham make top 4. When you get to the season 21-20 and Gareth Bale's not with you because Real Madrid are asking for more money than you thought, or Bale still wants his wages at a certain point, or another team comes in for Bale, I would look at the Tottenham team and go, guys, you finished 6th, you relied too much on Bale, Bale's not coming back, and the players you could have developed and could have spent money on are now not here.
Well, it would be different if if the team who owned Bale actually wanted him. They want to get rid of him, Jack, and they could find any way to get rid of him. And I guarantee you, no matter how great Bale does this season, I don't think Real Madrid want a thing to do with this guy. So regardless, they would find a way to get rid of him.
But what I'm saying is, I guess, is Mbappe has made it clear he'd like to go next summer. I don't think it would be too crazy to say that PSG might consider how much it would cost to take Gareth Bale. Now, Tottenham, you have him for a year. If you don't make the most of him, if you don't win a trophy, history's proven you don't win many trophies, especially recently, and also top 4, maybe you'll make Europa League. For me, if I'm Daniel Levy, this is not the right decision for me. Now, like you said, Bale comes in, 20 plus goals, 10, 15 assists, whatever, takes the league by storm, they make top 4. Fantastic. I love it. If you're not hitting those heights, to me, it's not the right investment of your money.
Now, guys, we're going to move on quickly. And as great as the Gareth Bale news is to see Gareth Bale back in the Premier League, there's also a player who I've always admired from afar, but now he's on his way to the Premier League. And unfortunately, I wanted him to join Arsenal, but it's not going to happen. But Thiago Alcântara is on his way to Liverpool. Bayern Munich and Liverpool have just agreed on a £27 million deal for the player. Now, Jack, what do you think about this deal?
So first of all, people will say, oh, that's so cheap. That's so cheap. Thiago asks for a lot of money, and this has to be taken into account when you're buying players. You don't just buy a player for whatever the transfer fee is. The biggest cost to a football club is the wages of the football team. Thiago costs a lot of money. The reason why he didn't re-sign with Bayern Munich or sign a new contract with Bayern is because they weren't giving him enough money. Liverpool are willing to give him enough money, but they said, look, we're giving Thiago all this money. We're not giving you a big transfer fee. So trust me, Thiago's getting his money. Everything's good. Bayern accepted the deal. Everything's fantastic. In terms of his effect on this Liverpool team, Liverpool's goals scored for this season just might have doubled. That's how many silver platter opportunities for goals for Salah, Mane and Firmino are going to be just put on a plate. Thiago is exactly the piece that a team like Liverpool need. James and I both had Liverpool finishing first this year. I think because we thought the Thiago deal would happen, right, James?
Yeah. Mainly.
And this just solidifies it. Absolutely solidifies it. The creativity in that midfield. Klopp knows him. Obviously, he's played against him when he was in Germany with Dortmund. This is a fantastic deal and exactly what Liverpool need. I'm more excited for Bale. I love seeing Bale back at Tottenham. But this is close.
Now, Wayne Rooney quoted. I'm not sure what news outlet he was on, but he said that Thiago Alcântara joining Liverpool would be a bigger deal than Messi joining Man City. That's how much he rated Thiago Alcântara. Now, I don't agree with him, but this deal, exactly. But this deal for Liverpool and the player is absolutely brilliant. Now, times we watch Liverpool, and there's certain games, I'll go back to that Atletico Madrid game when Trent Alexander-Arnold had like 27 crosses. Liverpool just crossed the ball. No idea what to do. No creativity in the middle to create something. You are bringing in one of the most creative players in the world today. And to me, a top 3 midfielder. People might even say the best midfielder in the world today. This is an amazing deal for them. He is not a typical Klopp player of, I'm going to shut down and run. He can do that, but tell you the best thing about him is his quality on the ball.
Yeah.
His ability now to sometimes, if he wants to drop deep and collect the ball off the centre backs and just spray all day long, he can do that. If you wanted to play as a number 10 in between the lines, he can do that. He is perfect for Liverpool. But the also question I ask right now is what's going to happen to Wijnaldum? Because Barcelona are also linked with him. With Thiago Alcântara coming in, do you really think that he's going to take a role of, I'm going to be a bit part player? I don't think that's going to happen. I believe he's going to come into the team and start straight away. So what's going to happen to Jordan Henderson, Wijnaldum? That's the question.
One thing I'll say to our viewers is, and I think James and I are similar here, the dude off of ESPN FC who said that Thiago might come in and play cup games. Oh, mate.
Listen, he's out of this. Cup games. He's going to play a Carabao Cup game against Oldham, Colchester. Come on. We're talking about a Champions League winner. Copa Spain like 50 times.
I think one of the biggest compliments I can give, even Kevin De Bruyne, I don't know if I'd pick Kevin De Bruyne as a dream signing ahead of Thiago for this Liverpool team. What this Liverpool team need is perfectly Thiago. That's why you have to give it so much credit. Coming on to Barcelona, they do have to sell before they buy. There are deals already in place with Wijnaldum and with Memphis Depay, but Suarez needs to try and leave. Arturo Vidal needs to try and leave. There's a bunch of different players that have to get off the books, but like you've said, I would fully expect Wijnaldum to make his way to Barca.
To Barcelona. Only year left on his contract. I think that's going to happen, especially with Ronald Koeman there. I feel like he's been great for Liverpool. He probably wants to change now. I think it works out everywhere.
This is an upgrade, Liverpool fans.
Without a doubt. Wijnaldum's fantastic midfielder, but if you can get a chance to get Thiago Alcântara, I'm going to take that every day of the week. Now, we're going to move on to another transfer. Now, we're going to talk about my team, since we do that all the time. But we're going to talk about Arsenal and a possible deal for Aouar. How do you pronounce it, Jack, again?
I believe it's Aouar.
Houssem Aouar. Now, you guys could probably kill me in the comments about the pronunciation. I'm going to go to France, and I'm going to get it wherever he's from. I'm going to get the pronunciation right. Now, he's a center midfielder from Lyon. We've seen his quality in the Champions League and like some of the amazing performances, especially against Man City. He was absolutely outstanding. But now, Lyon is said to want £60 million for the player. Arsenal have already sold Martinez to Aston Villa. Torreira seems to be on his way. So if Houssem Aouar is going to be the player, I don't think to get as much because we just signed Dani Ceballos from Real Madrid on a season long known. We do have Granit Xhaka in there. For me, the most important thing is personally to get a defensive midfielder, someone that can cover the back four. And Thomas Partey, for me, needs to be the player over Hassan Aouar. Hassan Aouar, yes, in maybe next season it may come in, but for me, as a team, our priority should be Thomas Partey. But Jack, tell me, what do you think about the deal for Hassan Aouar?
First of all, totally agree with you. Thomas Partey is the perfect pick. What I would say is, if we think of what Mikel Arteta wants to try and do, he doesn't strictly look for that physically dominant defensive midfielder type. If it's in the mold of a Pep Guardiola team, you'd think in the idea of like, okay, Fernandinho, Rodrigo, Busquets, this kind of a player. And I don't know if Thomas Partey would fit that. You and I can agree that that is the missing piece for the Arsenal midfield. But for what Arteta wants to do, maybe that's not the type of player that he would maybe want or sanction the money for. Moving on to Hassan Aouar. Yet again, I've probably butchered.
We will get this pronunciation right, guys. Just bear with us.
Lyon midfielders, attacking midfielders, they can usually be a little hit and miss. I think we've seen that with Nabil Fekir, who I think after all this thought of him going to Liverpool and Arsenal and all these great teams, ended up going to Real Betis. So I do wonder what he is. I've got to be honest, I haven't seen him play enough, but I tend to agree with you, James. If Torreira can go, Guendouzi can go, then maybe there's a space in there for him. But I agree with you. I think a different type of footballer, a Thomas Partey, for example, would be a better fit for that Arsenal team. However, you've seen in our last video, I'm very high on what Arsenal are and what Arsenal could be. And the person to trust behind that is going to be Mikel Arteta. So if he has an idea behind it, I would trust him a hell of a lot more than trust me.
Now, if someone offered me Hassan Aouar, I would take him. He is a fantastic midfielder. And does he come in and start? Yes, he walks to this Arsenal team. I don't doubt that. I'm just trying to look what personally we need, and that to me is a Thomas Partey. Hassan Aouar would be my second option. If we can get both, that would be the ideal option. But again, funds are low right now, coronavirus, and you know what Arsenal is like with money. But yeah, guys, transfer talk is about to come to an end. Box to box football, guys. First of all, is there anything that you disagree with us in there? Comment down below. If you do agree with us, comment down below. Let us know what you think about Bale going to back to Tottenham, Thiago Alcântara going to Liverpool, Hassan Aouar maybe joining Arsenal. Let us know. Comments down below, guys. Thank you for watching. This is Box to Box Football, and we will see you next time.